Hey everyone, I have some free 3D terrain for you to check out. So a few days ago I came across this video by Gaming Geek and I thought, hey, I have a 3D printer, maybe I could do something similar. So after multiple iterations, I came up with this model for the base and with this procedural setup for the terrain itself. The main idea behind it is that you can save some time and filament by printing less bases than the terrain tiles. It gives you an option to reuse the same bases for different dungeons. Let's say you print out a corridor, multiple 2 by 2 tiles stacked next to each other. You print your bases, fill them with magnets. In here, I'm using 8 4 millimeter magnets. And then you glue each base to this thin cover so that the magnets don't fly all over the place. After that, you just lay the terrain tiles on top and you're ready. There are small holes inside the terrain tiles so that they would attach to extend to the bases, but it would be easy for you to take them off and replace them with something else. So, like for example, if during the game you decide that the player steps on a trap in there, you can take off that tile and replace it with a trap tile. So, more immersion. You'll have a blast playing the game. BBG dies, Boblin the Goblin survives. Wizards of the Coast stop sending mercenaries to people's homes. It's all fine and dandy. But you realize that let's say next week you're GMing a different game, and this time instead of high fantasy, it's a sci-fi setting. So none of this awesome looking Voronoi generated texture looking rug is useful for you anymore. You need something different. Instead of printing all of this from scratch, you would just need to print new terrain tiles, not the bases. Rearrange the bases in the shape you want, get those new tiles, and just replace the old ones. And now you have awesome looking Voronoi generated sci fi tiles instead. Well done. Of course, you can always glue the whole thing together. In that case, I would suggest you skip the thin layer step. When you're gluing the parts together, make sure that the glue doesn't get to the magnets, otherwise they get stuck in there, and you don't want that, obviously. You can apply glue on these parts, so whenever you mush the objects together, all of the excess parts kind of either go outside the model or in these tiny holes. Again, thank you Gaming Geek for explaining this. I think that's all. You can get the STL files for printing from our Patreon page for free, link in the description. You will find their 32 by 2 terrain tiles stylized as rock, base, and the thin layer STL files. And hey, if you want to support our story object crafting endeavor over here, just, hit like, subscribe, follow the whole shebang. The reason I'm saying we is because I'm not the only person working on the content for this channel. Actually, there's like few of us, and you can hear other people's voices if you check out our recently made podcast. I think that's all. Bye.